My dear children, I am Father Derek Fernandez, the parish priest of St. John the Baptist Church, Pilihan Bartis, Goa. And today you will find in the church the priest lighting the third candle, that's the rose candle we call. And today the church, this Sunday, the church calls it as Gaudati Sunday, meaning the third Sunday, third candle is of joy. And that's why we have this pink, we have this rose background today. And today I want to bring to you the difference between joy and happiness. You know, children, all of us, we want to be happy in this world. And most of us, we go for the things. We think that the things will give us happiness, or people will give us happiness. If I have the latest mobile, if I buy all the latest things from online, or if I have the tasty foods, I would say the junk food that we call, I think that will make me happy. But you know, after some time, we'll feel that happiness is short-lived. So Jesus today, or the church today, tells us to focus on the thing that, the happiness that will last forever, and we call it joy. A difference between both: happiness is short-lived, whereas joy is eternal, it is lasting. Happiness we get from the things of the world, maybe the latest mobile, the latest gadgets, the latest TV, or the latest, maybe the fashion that we have, that we wear. We think that will give us happiness, but we know we are sometimes mistaken, because the mobile, very soon the new version of the mobile will come, and I will want that version of mobile. Or the clothes, the fashion, I want the latest fashion after some time. So we see happiness being very temporary. Children, the word joy is found 470 times in the Bible, whereas the word happiness is just found 10 times. You see, God is the source of joy, whereas the source of happiness is the world, or the things, or the people. And we know, when we are continuously in God's presence, when we are in touch with God, God gives us the joy. Just as we see in the life of Paul and Silas, David, Mother Mary, all of them were in constant touch with God. So the church tells us today to focus our attention on the lasting joy that we get, the lasting happiness, and we call it joy. And God is the source of joy. So I'll give you some examples from the Bible. We see David, King David, he was always joyful, always singing. We find once Paul and Silas, they are in prison, and there in the prison they sing, they praise. Whole night they praise, they sing hymns, and as a result, the doors of the prisons open by themselves, and they are freed. We find Mother Mary, especially the song of praise we call Magnificat. It's I would say, a song of joy, where she says that God has filled her with happiness, with joy, because she has been faithful to God. So there are many people in the Bible who are joyous. So today the liturgy tells us to be joyous people. Aim for that joy, not for the happiness that is very short-lived. And in today's first reading, again it goes back to the Isaiah, where Isaiah tells the people who are in prison in Babylon, see, the Lord is going to proclaim a Jubilee year. And Jubilee year meant a year that was celebrated after every 50 years. And that year was the year of great happiness for them, because all their debts, all their bonds or mortgages or all the forms of slavery was done away with. So they were freed. So it was a moment of joy for them. And so Isaiah tells them, don't worry, because you are in prison, God will soon free you, and He will proclaim the year of mercy, the year of Jubilee year, we call it. So Prophet Isaiah tells them of the lasting joy that will come, await, that will come in future. And again we have in today's gospel the person of John the Baptist, like last Sunday. And today when the disciples of the Pharisees and the teachers and the elders, they are sent to John the Baptist to ask about him, to see whether he is the real Messiah. John the Baptist says, no, I am not the one. The Messiah has already come, and he is greater than I. I am just sent to prepare his way. And we know John the Baptist is the greatest example of a man who always was with joy. So the three things that we are supposed to do today, my dear children, to attain that joy, that lasting, I would say, happiness. First, the letter of Ephesians, Paul to the Ephesians, he says today in today's second reading, he says, rejoice always, rejoice. And you know, Paul tells the converts of Thessalonica to always rejoice in the Lord, no matter what conditions you have, or what situations you face in the Lord in your life, rejoice. The second thing, Paul tells the people to pray always. Pray. Because we know the greatest strength can come only through prayer. No other power on earth can give us this strength. And the third, St. Paul tells us, give thanks at all times. So my dear children, I want to come down to your level on these 3 points. The first, rejoice. How many of us we rejoice at a gift of our parents? Because we have never asked God to give us these parents, but it is God who gave us these parents. Do we thank God for the gift of our parents or for our siblings? They are God's gifts to us. I need to rejoice. I need to always look at them in a very positive way. The second, pray always. My dear children, catechism children, we know at catechism classes we are taught so many prayers, but many times our prayers just remain on a book sometimes. Sometimes when I sit for confessions, if I ask them to say the I contrite after confession, many of the children, they don't know. They have forgotten, or they never say it, or maybe they must have not gone for confession. Because if you are regular at confession, you can say it by heart, they are contrite. So most of the time I would say the prayers just remain for us in the classroom, in the catechism classes, not at home or not in my daily life. So my dear children, I want you to have this imbibed prayer life in your day-to-day life, especially when you get up in the morning. Start with a morning prayer. When you go to sleep at night, end the day with night prayer, evening prayer, and you see how you are connected with God. And the third, give thanks to God at all times, which is difficult. St. Paul says that's the only way where you will find total joy in your life. Giving thanks to God at all times. If you have failed in your exams, give thanks. Because God will surely give you the grace to prepare well for the next exam. Or if there is any difficult situation at home, among the parents, or the siblings maybe are not well, give thanks. And you see God's power working in your life through just by giving thanks. So these are the 3 things: rejoice, Pray at all times and give thanks. And you see, you will have that lasting joy in your life. And surely the Spirit of God will help you to discern what is joy and what is happiness.